Today is Saturday, February 16th, 2002, and today we continue our oral history of the Lawndale Railroad and Metcalf Station. And today we're talking to Mr. Ralph Spangler. Mr. Spangler, tell us about your memories of the Lawndale Railroad and Metcalf Station. What do you remember most?
Well, I'll start off with telling you something that don't make any difference about the system. My brother and me in the spring of the year, we'd get out of school, they'd be coming up with pulling fertilizer and be running slow, and we'd get out there and swing it and ride it up to the top of the hill, and he'd set one car off and then he'd come back and pick up the ones he'd cut off behind him. We did some riding like that.
Now, the railroad crossed your grandfather's farm.
That's right.
Were there any privileges for landowners?
Yes, I've heard my daddy say, now most of this stuff is hearsay, a lot of it I've done, but a lot of it is hearsay. Daddy said that anybody that the railroad went through their farm could ride to Shelby on hay fare. Now, I don't know what hay fare was. I don't know where this is 25 cents or 30 cents or 40 cents. I don't have any idea. I've never heard him say.
Okay. And the Double Shoals Depot, it was on that property, on his property too?
Yes, they were two depots there. My grandfather had one, and I believe the picture was taken. It had been torn down, but see, they was sidetracked there to where they could leave boxcars. They brought a lot of fertilizer, especially in the spring of the year, and they used to move a little cotton out from there. And my grandfather, as the road went down between the two, when it crossed the track, my grandfather had a little depot on the left-hand side of the road just before you cross the track. And the Lawndale, they had their depot that was served everybody in the community on the right-hand side of the road before you cross the road.
Okay. Now, you mentioned the boxcars. I understand you donated a boxcar to the Historical Museum. Tell me about that and how you came into that boxcar.
Well, after they had taken most of the track up, they had just pushed these cars out of the way. And when Lee and Old Lavender come through, anybody that wanted work done to fill in the cut, there's a deep cut just below, between the present road now and where the depots was. A pretty deep cut right there. And so Daddy had them filling this in, and he asked him what to do with this old boxcar. And he told him just push it up the old road. They'd already closed the road, but there's good firm ground. And just push it up there next to a house we had. And they pushed it up there and left it there. And when Lately Byrne called several times, he'd come by, wanted to talk to me. He said he had told my wife he'd already talked to Robert and several people in the community, and he wanted to talk to me. So after his second trip, I just called him and he told me we've got to set up an appointment because I had to work for a living. I stayed on the go the whole time. And he set up a day, and when he come up there and we began talking about it, and I told him, I said, well, there's no boxcar sitting down here now. His eyes lit up like lights, and he wanted to know if he could go look at it. I said, yeah. I said, there's nothing much there. The tenant had lived in the house, burned wood, and they had pulled most of the weatherboarding off because it's hard lumber, and they had burned most of that. And so when he went and looked at it, he wanted to know, would there be any possibility of getting the wheels out of it? And I said, yeah. Have anything you want? That's the way it went off. And of course, it wasn't long till I began to hear from Carl and Dwight, and they said they was going to get it, and they did a lot of work around there before they moved it out.
That's what I understand. How many years was that it sat there? You know,
I would say they moved it in 43 or 44. I really don't know. I worked in the Navy Yard during this time, and I don't really know that this took place
Okay.
at that time.
Going back to your grandfather and his property, he also had a warehouse, correct, that was served by the railroad?
Yes, this little depot we called it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, any other memories you have of the railroad or the depot or?
Well, I'll tell you something, don't pertain to this, but, see, the schoolhouse was there where I live now and served the community. And they had a big old pot-bellied stove in each room. After I started school out there, they used what they call a big room, the little room, and this room in the middle that they didn't use as basically storage and stuff like that. So the teachers would send some of the older boys down to hunt kindling to start fires with, and they used a lot of pine cross ties back then. It hard lumber, and of course I didn't get the chance to do this much because the older boys did, but they would go down there and cut the ends of the cross ties up because it's hard lumber, and they'd use that to start fires with it, pot-bellied stoves.
Any other stories that you remember some of your family telling about the railroad or the depot or Metcalf Station that you want to share? We've talked about a lot.
Well, that's about all. All I remember. Some of the things I'm talking about don't pertain to the railroad itself, but.
Okay, well, we appreciate you sharing your memories with us. Thank you.